Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to PlayFrame. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode. Who's ready for a much shorter little side story? There are so many side stories in Shadowbringers, but this one is quite short. It should only take us just a day. It's an optional dungeon. We've barely ever, have we done any optional dungeons so far in this playthrough? I'm not sure we have. Optional dungeons are a thing that become increasingly rare the further you get into the game. I think by the time they're doing Endwalker, I don't think any of the dungeons aren't involved in either the main story quest line or some other side like raid series or something, but this one is a very special outlier because its story is quite relevant to main plot stuff. Bethana of the Crystarium Guard has a look of grim determination in her eyes. Excuse me, a word, if you'd be so kind. We of the Crystarium Guard have a request to make of you. Our researchers are planning to enter the Crystal Tower to learn more of its history. However, there's a problem. Now, what I'm about to reveal is strictly confidential. Were word to get out, panic would spread throughout the citizenry. Our scouts have reported that ferocious beasts and bizarre machines roam the hallways. Until we can eliminate these threats, none may enter. Strange ethereal readings have also been detected, and we suspect that the phenomena are linked. The Exarch has ordered us to seek your aid in making the tower safe for our researchers to go about their work. He mentioned that you are better equipped than most to face the dangers that lurk in the tower, though he elected not to go into detail. Is this true? So true. I fought in there loads of times. Once, twice, more than you. Then your prior experience may prove beneficial. Come, let's proceed to the entrance. I'll follow you there. I'm looking forward to this. I've not actually done this dungeon since I unlocked it like years ago in my main playthrough. I recall it being a good one. And boy, Crystarium looking quite nice in this graphical update. Like, it's a pretty subtle difference, admittedly, but looking nice. So, what do you need? I take it your preparations are complete? Listen carefully. You're to lead a party of elite troops into the tower and respond to any hostility with lethal force. Once the way is clear, the researchers can begin their expedition. Our main objective is to identify the source of the ethereal disturbance. The tower cannot be considered safe until we do. Should you encounter any opposition beyond your capabilities, you're to withdraw immediately. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. And there's our dungeon. Unlocked. The Twinning. Now, I'm going to need to pull together let's get out of the rain. I'm going to need to pull together a little miniature crew for this one, as usual. Because, unless something has changed more recently in a way I'm not aware of, optional dungeons still do not have the trust system setup thing where you can go in with NPCs. So, still need to go in with some friends. Fortunately, friends I have aplenty. But I don't think I need to be tanking in there. I think it is time to start showing off some other jobs that were added in Shadowbringers. So, if you'll excuse me. Yes, for the next little while, we are going to be a dancer. Derman has been practicing and is looking quite good. Thank you, as always, to Derman's fairy godparent for the very good dancer look. I've got several for the content ahead because we're going to be a dancer for a little while. To learn more about the dancer, see the Jobs 401 video thing I did not too long ago. Anyway, I need to get a crew together so we can do this here dungeon thingy. One moment. Goodness, it's soggy out here. Anyway, I've got a crew together and we're ready to go in. I'll introduce them inside. But first, the reading. The Twinning. Since its sudden appearance in Norvrent, the Crystal Tower has been a source of great mystery, one which the people of the Crystarium have barely begun to unravel. Now that the city's free from the threat of the Light Wardens, researchers have been afforded the opportunity to explore the innermost reaches of the tower, though they soon found their way barred by the hordes of ferocious guardians. An ethereal disturbance detected from inside is believed to be in some way linked to their appearance, and you've been tasked with not only clearing a path for the researchers, but with investigating the cause of the anomaly. And investigate, we shall. And dance while doing it, because why not do both? Let's go! Welcome once again to Inside the Crystal Tower. Except a dungeon this time, not a raid. And with much more rocking music. What a good bunch. I have missed running dungeons with these good folks. Let's do introductions really quick, like, once that little thing pops up. There you are. So, tanking today will be Alice, our healer will be Dan Oceans, and our fellow damage dealer will be Pagan. Lovely portraits, good to see you all. Thanks for joining, and let me do my dancer thing here. Choosing a dance partner. All right. Let's get him, gang. It's fun having a rock cover of the orchestral stuff we heard when we were in here previously. So long ago. Amusingly, it'll take a lot longer this time than running through the raid unsynced. And there's that bunch done. Further in. It's fun playing Dancer. I haven't done it in a long time. And the rust shows. That's okay. We've a very, very capable bunch here. As ever. There we are. Boing. And there we are. First boss ought to be coming up pretty soon here. And yep, I believe we found it. Alpha Zagnal. Looking intimidating. You might notice all the little ads around surrounding the space. One thing we gotta be careful with this particular boss, while avoiding dangerous attacks and whatnot, we also want to take extra care to not let any of the danger puddles we're getting targeted with happen to hit those little containing cells, or else it is going to free the ad and bring them into the fight as an added problem for us. Which, for those keeping score at home, is a bad thing. Okay, we're being targeted with these things here, and we're going to be attacked in the specific order, counted off by the number of swords. We saw some similar mechanics in base game Shadowbringers. Very similar here. Oh, we're all being targeted with things. Let's spread out, but also not get too close to the containers. Not that we wouldn't be able to deal with what's inside them. Even so. Why fight more than you have to? Oop. Getting targeted with a stack-up thing. Which is going to hit, but then also leave puddle? Oh dear. And then there's another stack marker which follows, which also leaves a puddle, but we still want to stack up. We did it, though. But now we're going to have to deal with mechanics while also minding the floor. So, I'll try to park back here, if that works. There we go. No problem. Oop. Spread those out. Silly me. We're okay. Almost got this thing. What was this enemy's design from originally? I want to say it was Final Fantasy 13. It might have been 10, but I want to say 13. Just sort of like the animation, skeleton, general shape, and proportions. They're familiar. Anyway, that's one down. Moving on. Boing. Further down below. Ooh, there is reading. Hooray. Gimme. Our only hope lies in the Crystal Tower, though it did not yield its secrets easily. Even opening the doors was a monumental undertaking. Without the Founder's data logs and the NOAA reports left by the Sons of Saint Quenat, we would never have stood a chance of succeeding. None of us were prepared for the spectacle that awaited us when we first stepped into the tower. To be surrounded by the marvels of a lost age took our breath away. And there, at its center, we found him. Indeed. Gonna have to keep an eye out for more reading. Hope I haven't missed any so far. Didn't see any, but gotta pay close attention. Look at these techno-flans. Pretty good. Oof, so much rust to shake off. That's okay. Dancer's so much a support job anyhow. Not that you aren't a pretty, like, capable damage dealer, you are. And you can do quite a good bit of damage as a dancer, but a lot of the damage you enable can sometimes be the damage you are increasing in your companions, your dance partner. So even just by being present and having assigned Pagan as my dancing partner, and just standing around, I am contributing. The dream. There we go. But before we run off, I did see just a little bit of reading back here. One moment. Ironworks Datalog 3.5. Our research into the Emperor's throne is almost complete, as we now understand the methods used to open a doorway to the world of darkness, otherwise known as the 13th. However, this is only the beginning of our plan. Even if we find a way to the first, it's already too late to prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. For that, we must travel not only to another world, but to another time. Thankfully, the datalogs gathered over the years, detailing battles with various primals, pointed us in the right direction. Indeed. It's occurring to me that the music we're hearing here is not just Crystal Tower Final Fantasy III themes, but also some of the music we heard in the Alexander raids in Heavensward. A little bit. Datalog 4.5. Just as we thought the pieces were in place, we came to the realization that traversing time and space has its difficulties. It's one thing to possess the technology necessary to enable such a feat, quite another to actually perform it. The interdimensional rift, as it was called in the Founder's datalogs, is what I can only describe as infinite chaos. To navigate it would take expertise far beyond our ken. There was, however, once a being capable of exactly that, the one known as Omega. And yet, despite all of the research carried out, the mystery of how it was able to cross the rift remains unsolved. Familiar names being thrown around. Anyway, boss number 2, Mithridates. Hello. You're a cool-looking thing. Let's get it. Nothing too complicated for this one, just a few mechanics we'll need to mind. These orbs that have appeared are going to explode into much bigger orbs. There, like so. So just don't be too near any of the orbs. Expect them to get much bigger and more dangerous before they go off. Easy. Also, there's all these laser blades. Stand in the very few safe little nooks, and you'll be fine. And then it's basically just combinations of those abilities in slightly more complex patterns. But to anyone who's been doing all of the group content thus far, pretty easy peasy. Plus a few other, I guess, more standard mechanics like danger puddles for spreading out and whatnot. But you've seen plenty of those. combinations, Orbeez, and danger spots, which I might be... Oof, okay. I was a little worried I might be too close for that one, but no, we're fine. Stop panicking, everyone. Why are you all panicking? Almost got it. Yeets. Am I safe? I think I'm safe. Hooray. Still alive. Finish it. There we go. Excellent. Let's grab this stuff. Okay. Ooh, green. It's a rather chaotic mess down here. Gra maximization. Whatever the heck that is. The enemies are getting weirder. And so is the place. Although I do see something up on that building that looks sort of like the seal for Garland Ironworks. At least the gear reminds me of it. Hopefully I'm calling it correct. There we go. Let's go through some more scary portals! Woo! This is an intense space. Almost. Careful. There we go. The Tycoon. An artificial enigma with a bit of a familiar look. Not quite the same, but familiar. Familiar music as well, from the Alexander raids. It's Alexander, but more techie looking. All right, gang. Delightful goofs. Let's mess them up. And enjoy these good jams again. So, for this one, there's going to be beam attacks like this, which will freeze in time, but you still don't want to be in front of the beams. Wait until the time freeze concludes and the beam goes off. There's going to be timey-wimey shenanigans. Nothing too complicated, because it is just a little 4-man dungeon. It's not a raid or anything, but even so. Watch out for beams. And also these. It's a bunch of little red spots that will grow into much bigger, scarier red spots before going off. Not a place to stand, generally. In a position somewhere where I can be contributing without being obliterated by lasers. That's some important multitasking. You gotta be able to do both. Really cool looking design, too. Don't be in front of lasers to the best of one's ability. Okay, don't be standing there either, goodness. Ah, I didn't quite get out of it in time. Almost did, but not quite. It's okay. My very good party is more than capable of compensating for my goof-ups. That's another beam over there. Let's not stand in front of either of those. Yeah. Over here seems a good spot. It's a lot of beams. I think I'm between them all. And then also this. Okay. Are we good? We're live. That's what matters. We've almost got this darn thing. Oh boy. Not so sure about this. Oh boy. I might be going down. Whew! Nope. I live, despite very sloppy positioning. Is a miracle. Yay, we win! Way to finish the fight before I could fully manage to goof up everyone. Fighting some kind of ancient machine, and yet I'm the rustiest looking one in here. Go figure. But that'll do it. Thank you, everyone. Y'all did great. Thanks for accompanying me on short notice. Y'all were excellent. Fine work, one and all. Well done. Thank you three for joining me. I'm sure I will be seeing all of you in more little group stuff to come. Or maybe have already, possibly, depending on which order this episode goes in. Regardless, I'll see y'all outside for the rest of the story. Whew. That was some sloppy dancing. That's okay. Plenty of time left to improve. I'm back. Excellent work. Not only did you reveal the cause of the ethereal fluctuations, you were able to remove the threat entirely. Thanks to you, the researchers have already completed their preliminary observations. Their findings were somewhat surprising. The Crystal Tower appears not to have been created by the Ronkins or any other known civilization. Its origins are veiled in mystery, much like the Exarch and yourself. Forgive me, it's not the time for idle speculation. We have, however, recovered an artifact, though its purpose is unclear. It may even be purely decorative. Show me this thing. Have you ever encountered anything like this? Ooh. We have encountered things somewhat similar to that. If memory serves, that is pretty similar to the device that Sid and the Garland Ironworks folks had set up out in the Reach during Stormblood. Just sort of like a device that was like logging data from our various raid stuff we were doing with the Omega raids, I think. I do believe there was a device that looked like this. Or very similar to this.
Come to carry out our plan. This will be my last recording. With the tower activated and the temporal displacement apparatus online, all that remains is to throw the switch and pray. I'm sorry, I truly am. I wish there was another way. But you are our best chance of success, our only hope. Your gift will allow you to become one with the tower and survive the journey through time and space. Were our technology as advanced as that of the Alligans, perhaps we could have gone with you. Alas, it was not to be. But when you are finally reunited, all the hardship, all the sacrifice will have been worth it, I'm sure. Just promise me you'll spare a thought for those you leave behind. And we'll be thinking of you too, for as long as this world lasts. Though, I fear it'll not be for much longer. This is Biggs, third of his name, 18th President of Garland Ironworks, signing off. May the 12 be at your side, Grahatir.
A person's voice coming from the machine? To be honest, I cannot make head nor tail of it. Do you have any idea what that was about? I think it mostly made perfect sense, but we definitely don't need to burden her with the amount of knowledge required to provide context. Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. Yes, I can tell that you know more than you're letting on. Very well, I'll not begrudge you your secrets. Though one thing was clear, even to me. The people who left the message were facing a great catastrophe. They placed their faith in the Crystal Tower in much the same way we have done ever since the Flood of Light. Our prayers for salvation were answered when you and the Exarch returned the night to us and freed us from the terror of the Sin Eaters. I sense that this was all made possible by those people from a time long forgotten. We should do our utmost to learn more of them. Perhaps the researchers will uncover more of these messages. In any case, you've performed admirably in service of the Crystarium. We may have need of your strength and guidance in the days to come. Until then, fare you well. Thank you, and fare you well also. I quite like that little bit. Like, what a very good idea for an optional dungeon. Providing a little bit of additional background and information around the efforts required, the multi-generational efforts from the folks in the Garland Ironworks, trying to figure out this tower and find some way to use it to save our world from the 8th calamity. And failing to do, not able to save themselves, but managing to send it in time and space here, with Gratia inside it, just for the 1 in a million shot of possibly saving everything. It's a very nice supplemental bit of story. I love that they added it. Anyway, that concludes our little side story for today. I will see you all next time for some more Shadowbringers. Take care until then. Goodbye.